If you're over 50, you're probably pretty familiar with that feeling of just running on low. Well, today we're going to talk about some really simple, gentle foods that can help you feel stronger, a little lighter, and just more awake. So let's dive right in. Does this feel familiar? That sense that your internal battery just never quite gets to 100%, no matter how much you rest? It is an incredibly common thing, and we're going to explore some really simple ways to tackle it. And the first thing you need to know is you are definitely not alone in this. It's just a fact that our energy levels naturally shift as we get older. But, and this is the good news, making simple, thoughtful changes to what we eat can make a huge difference in how we feel day in and day out. So let's start where the day starts. Building that solid foundation for energy is absolutely crucial, and it all kicks off with breakfast. Okay, first up, oats. I want you to think of these not as a quick fix, but more like a time-release capsule of fuel for your body. So how do oats pull this off? Well, as you can see here, they release their energy nice and slow, which is key for keeping your blood sugar stable. And what that means for you is no mid-morning energy spike, and more importantly, no crash that usually follows. This one simple breakfast supports your digestion, keeps you feeling full, and really just sets a steady, reliable tone for your entire day. All right, let's move on to our next morning powerhouse, eggs. As we age, getting enough high-quality protein becomes so important for keeping up both our energy and our strength. And what's really fascinating is what that protein is actually doing for us at this stage. It's not just about muscles. It's about giving our bodies the essential building blocks for our brain to function clearly, and for us to have that deep, long-lasting energy that really powers us through the whole day. And that's why eggs are just such a fantastic choice. They're super easy to prepare, they're gentle on the digestive system, and they are just packed with the vitamins and protein you need to support both your body and your mind. Okay, so you've got your morning all fueled up, but what about that dreaded afternoon slump? You know the one. Let's look at some foods that give you a quick, clean lift without the crash. You can really see the difference here. The oats and eggs we just talked about, they build that slow, steady foundation. Now, we're shifting gears to talk about the foods that give you that gentle, immediate boost right when you need it most. And first on that list is the good old banana. I love thinking of it as nature's perfect little fuel pod. It's convenient, it's gentle, and it is incredibly effective. And the reason they work so well is that their natural sugars are perfectly balanced with fiber, vitamins, and potassium. So what that does is it gives you a quick, gentle lift without that awful sugar crash later on. Next up, a true powerhouse that you can literally hold in the palm of your hand. Nuts, like almonds and walnuts. It's really amazing what just a small handful can do for you. That mix of healthy fats, fiber, and protein gives you a really balanced, steady energy boost. And here's a really interesting part. The magnesium. It's a key mineral that directly helps reduce those feelings of tiredness. Pretty cool, right? All right, let's talk about one of my personal favorites, berries. I mean, they are the very definition of light, refreshing, and powerful energy. See, berries are just loaded with antioxidants, which you can almost think of as your body's personal little defense squad. They help reduce inflammation and support brain health, which means they're fighting fatigue right at the source, all while giving you this wonderful, light burst of energy. So we've got our morning foundation down, and we've got our afternoon boosts. Now, let's look at the foods that act as the fundamental building blocks for all-day strength and vitality. Starting with Greek yogurt. We don't often connect our gut health to our energy levels, but wow, the link is direct and it's powerful. A healthy gut is like having an efficient power plant. It means you absorb nutrients better, which translates directly to better energy. The probiotics and protein in Greek yogurt are just perfect for this. Next up, leafy greens like spinach and kale. So what's their secret? Well, it really comes down to oxygen. These greens are rich in things like iron that help your red blood cells carry oxygen more effectively. So think of it this way. If your body is an engine, oxygen is the spark. Better oxygen flow means more spark and more energy. Simple as that. And let's talk about carbs for a second, but the right kind of carbs. Sweet potatoes are a fantastic source of complex, slow-release carbohydrates. They give you stable, long-lasting fuel without that sharp spike and crash you get from more processed, sugary stuff. They are what I call true, steady energy. And finally, in this section, we've got salmon. This is such a brilliant example of a 2-for-1 fuel source. You've got the high-quality proteins supporting your physical strength and muscles, and then you have the omega-3 fatty acids, which are essential for sharp brain function and fighting off that mental fatigue. It really is fuel for both your body and your mind. We've covered 10 incredible foods, but now let's talk about what might be the single most overlooked reason we feel tired, especially after 50. Just think about it for a second. It's not a food. It's not about getting more sleep. What could it possibly be?
That's it. So simple, but so incredibly powerful. And boy, is it often missed.
Now this is the crucial takeaway. As we get older, our natural sense of thirst can actually start to fade a bit, making it really easy to misinterpret the body's signal for water as a signal for rest. Just being even mildly dehydrated can have a massive impact on your energy. So sipping water throughout the day, it is a non-negotiable for good energy. So wow, we've covered a lot of grounds, but the goal here isn't to overwhelm you at all, it's to empower you. Let's put together a really simple plan to get started. Seriously, this is all it takes. Don't try to change everything all at once. Just pick one food from this list that sounds good to you, add it into your week, maybe once or twice, and then, the most important part, just pay attention. Notice how your body feels. The goal here is gentle, sustainable change. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. This isn't about some massive overhaul. It's just about one small, kind choice for yourself. What's yours going to be? Thanks for tuning in.